What's going on, guys? This is the Wisdom Matrix, and this video is about two other things that I failed to mention in one of my other videos. I failed to mention these things. Two things that could be limiting your growth. Maybe even more than the other things that I've mentioned. Possibly, although to some extent they're kind of related. Well, not the fear, not one of them, but it could be a defense mechanism for that ego. So what are these two things? Well, the two things are laziness and fear. And basically what this means is that the ego uses laziness to make you less aware. The ego's like, oh man, I just did so much work today. I just want to sit back and relax or something. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. But if you do it for too long, for like a couple of days or something, you'll start to notice. You'll start to realize if you're paying attention that your awareness is slipping and you're becoming more, reactive and stuff like that. Or less aware at the very least. So yeah, laziness is one of them. And the reason why I say it kind of relates to the other video I made, what could be limiting your growth more than anything, is because television to some extent can be limiting your growth. And laziness leads to like television watching and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with like being lazy and relaxing yourself for like a couple days, but if you do it too long, you'll start to, your awareness will start to fade away. I actually do recommend that you do like a relaxing day though, from like all the spirituality stuff, because otherwise you might have an ego backlash. I might do a video on that too, but because your ego will try and backlash if you don't. I'm not saying you don't do the practices, but you don't have to do them as heavily, or it could be just like a lazy day. You can watch television or whatever. I still recommend that you meditate and stuff like that, but everything else you can just kind of like leave behind for that one day. And the next thing is fear. And this has to do with sharing, wisdom and teachings with other people. A lot of times people don't want to, do the spirituality, or they're at certain point, and they're afraid to like show it out loud or whatever. I'm not saying that you have to share it out loud or anything. With like family or whatever, but that is one of the motivating factors for why the ego stays in its current position, is because of fear. The ego uses fear as a defense mechanism because it doesn't want to evolve or anything. It just wants to stay the same, but it's impossible. And change is like inevitable. The ego doesn't realize this, but change is inevitable, and you're going to realize this eventually. But yeah, those are the two things to remember. So, and the ones to really overcome can be like, and they may not affect you that much at all, but for those who do, just meditate, focus on tapping into the infinite, just become aware of your awareness, become aware of something, and then bring that back to your awareness. Basically, like become aware of sounds around you, or your butt sitting in a chair, and then try and find out where that awareness is coming from. What does awareness feel like? So It doesn't have any definable qualities or anything like that. That's and meditation helps, with the weird fear thing. And the way to fix the laziness thing, because that can be a thing sometimes, is to have like a vision or like a passion, which is your vision. You follow the spirituality or whatever it is, because a lot of the problem that happens is because of drift. A lot of the reason why awareness is so lacking is because people are drifting through life. They don't have a vision, so their awareness dims. This was kind of talked about in the book Outwitting the Devil, but yeah, those are two good easy ways to do that. Another way to is just to get yourself motivated. Find meaning. Like, say if you want to do something, like, what's your reason for doing it? It can't be anything like materialistic necessarily. Like, I want to do this because I want to be healthier. I mean, you can do that to some extent, but that can't be like the only thing. I want to do this because I can be healthier and I'll feel better, and so that I can do things that I actually want to do. More things that I want to do, something like that. Just try and find something like in the inner level that pertains to your life. And I mean, it can be materialistic, but I try not to when I do the meaning thing. I try not to make it like when I do something, it's like, I'm gonna do this, because I want to make money. You can do it with a materialistic way, but the way to do it with the materialism, which is actually, there's nothing wrong with doing that, but the way to really do it is to say, I want to exercise because I want to be healthier, I want to feel better, so that I can do more of the things that I like to do. That way you're like feeding into like your emotions and stuff like that. So anyways, this is the Wisdom Matrix. If you like this video, please like it, share it with others if you get some kind of benefit from it, so they can get the same benefits as you did, and subscribe so that you can get you can see other videos that I make in the future. So, and click that notification bell if you want to see other videos. It'll notify you. It's personalized, I think, so it may notify you anyways. So, if you watch them more often or not. So, this is the Wisdom Matrix, and I'll see you in the next video.